dusk light. The news tells of another train derailed, and shoppers buying up the shops, and livestock being herded to the chop, their chops unfit to eat, and politicians once more putting foot to mouth. Through my East End window, over the tangled tree, the council houses, some sardined with children, catering-sized gallon tubs of cooking oil empty beside their bins, some sheltering one of the 3 million children still in poverty, some sold to Thatcher's fortunate, now worth hundreds of thousands more, with rents devised to make even the well-off poor. Over the kids and dogs on a hanky of grass, the burnt-out car, the hush-hush trendy warehouse bar, Islam Unites scrawled on a wall, a man's voice trails its skittering wail across the sky, and all around me people are preparing to pray to a God to whom I am one of the damned. And what did our great-grandmothers taste? Perhaps pie and mash and jellied eels, or hash, peas pudding, cobbler, cottage pie. When I was young there was still spam and jellied ham, semolina, parkin, treacle tart. Why have we not stood with our mothers, floured and flushed beside the oven doors, watching our first Yorkshire puddings, how their globed bellies swell? Why was this not passed daughter to daughter? When did the passing stop? When did we choose to steal instead from the daughters of all those we have hated or hurt? Gnocchi, noodles, couscous, naan, falafel, jerk. For dinner I have chicken di piazza from a foil tray. How fitting England's national dish is not homemade but takeaway. Through thrift, the rent is due. I boil my own rice up, long grain American. "You're so fortunate," they would exclaim, as I took photographs of them beside King's Chapel, or of willows washing their hair in the Cam, to have all of this history around you. England's history is medieval pogroms. It is Elizabeth, her skin a crust of Dover white, loosing galleons to pillage fruits, tobacco, men. The bulging-eyed thieves swinging to the crowd's delight, meters from Shakespeare's Globe, stripping the churches, Becket bleeding buckets on the floor, and workhouses for the poor, and the slave trade, and raping the wife. Lie back and think of crinolines, Crimea. The missionaries hacking their one true path through the jungle, Winston swearing, "We will fight them on the beaches." These people held a cargo of my genes within their blood. Not all were good. But how can I be held up as accountable? And yet all of the good they earned and blessed me with brings with it blame. Today I filled a form in, ticked white British with a cringe of shame. I'm educated, middle class, housed, well. I'm fat and rich on history's hell. I remember bracken and heather and a gusty, gutsy wind, and a plastic tub of Wimbreys that filled and emptied, its ink writing a whodunit on my face. I remember Southport, where Granny said fine ladies had once gone to purchase linens and the best, catching the miniature train down to Happy Land, and my name in wet sand, and my grandfather toweling the sand off my legs, and then our picnic in the car, tinned salmon sandwiches, a flask of tea, crosswords, a penguin biscuit. I remember sitting in an American bar having to squint to read about abortion laws by the dim candlelight, and sipping my $6 Cosmopolitan with a $1 tip, and thinking of our local, its open fire, the rain on its windows, and you in it. Maybe after a walk on the heath and lamb with mint sauce, and thinking how I never could leave. Just finishing off the curry when the football starts, an England game. Satellites are readying themselves to bounce the match around the globe and prove that we are not the power we were. The crowd belts out "God Save the Queen," though they do not believe in God or Queen. Their strips red, white and blue, two of these being borrowed hues, loaned colours we use to drown out the white noise of ourselves. We are the whitest of the white. Once that meant right, Christ's holy light, the opposite of night or black, but now it only points to lack, the blank of who we are. Whoever celebrates St George's Day? And did you hear the one about the Englishman? A friend of mine at home's a Bolton Wanderers fan. They chant White Army. And then the news again, at 10. Sometimes it makes you want to pack and leave it all. The floods, the fuel, the teacher shortage in the school, the bombing of Iraq, the heart attacks, long working hours and little sex, racist police, cigarette tax, grants all axed, 3 million children still in poverty, the burnt out car, the takeaway, the headlines about Krauts, the lager louts, the wobbly bridge they built, the colonial guilt, the needless pain, the rain, the pogroms, the pink globe, the tangled tree, the Raj, the rape, the linens, all the endless fucking cups of tea. But everyone speaks English now, and sometimes a voice trails its skittering wail across the sky, and I feel not just gratitude, but pride.